Hi everybody and welcome back to the Crumbs and Doilies kitchen here in London. Now if you were watching last week with the salted caramel cake recipe at the very end, I promised that my good friend Dane might be popping back to the kitchen sometime soon, and I keep my promises, so look who is back.
I'm back!
Yay! Which is super exciting because he's not been here for like
4 months nearly, yeah.
Like over 100 days, which is just madness. We haven't actually got to bake together. We did bake over the internet once.
We did, yeah, that was fun. But it wasn't quite the same as being here.
I know, and sort of being so close to each other, you're almost in touching distance. But stay away.
Not quite.
And so obviously, we're going to make cookies together because, I mean, we can bake other stuff, but we're cookie pals.
Yeah.
So we're going to bake our brand new cookie recipe, which is called the Matchadamia.
Yeah, I mean, we appropriately renamed it the Matchadamia because it's my comeback cookie, so why not change it to Macadamia instead of Matchadamia?
Which basically is matcha and macadamia nuts, which are a delicious buttery nut, and matcha powder, which is this stuff here. It's like a
Japanese green tea powder. Yeah, they make it as a paste and then they slap it around and then they dry it in a big vat somewhere.
I have no idea if this is true, but we'll just roll with it. And it's amazing. You can get it in like soft serve, and I don't know, they make all sorts of amazing stuff with it over there in Japan, but we're making cookies today, so we're just going to talk you guys through it. And because we're both here, I'm going to do it in the stand mixer because I'm lazy, but we just want to prove to you guys that you can do this without a stand mixer. So
yeah, I'm just going to do it in a bowl with a wooden spoon.
Yes, so we're going to start as usual with our butter and our sugar.
Yeah.
So in here we've got chopped butter, which is cold as usual. That's quite important for these. And so I'm going to put mine in my mixer.
I'm going to pop it in my bowl.
Yes. And we're going to go straight in with the sugars. So we've got a mixture, as usual, of light brown sugar and white sugar.
Yeah,
caster sugar. So tip that in as well. Okay, so what do we need to do first?
So we just need to break up the butter and sugar till it's nice and nuggety. We're not going to cream anything together using my wooden spoon.
It's a race.
It's a race.
Okay, so if you're doing it with a stand mixer, you just want to put it onto a low to medium speed. And yeah, like Dane said, you don't want to cream it, we just want to make those nuggets. Right, I'm pretty happy with mine, but how's it going over there?
I'm not far off, you know.
I'm actually very impressed with your speediness.
Yes, my technique, this is quite a long wooden spoon, so what I'm doing is I'm not holding it up here because you'll have quite a hard job to go at the butter and sugar, but I'm holding it lower at the base of the wooden spoon. And I'm just kind of jabbing at the ingredients and kind of mushing it against the bowl to break it up.
He literally is a pro at everything. Brilliant. So let me show you what we mean by buttery, sugary nuggets. So as you can see, we've got these big chunks here, and there's some blobs of butter in there as well. And this is exactly how we want it. You don't want it to be kind of all creamed and smooth. Okay, are you ready for the next stage?
I am ready. So mine is looking a little bit similar, it's looking very similar to yours. They've got those chunky nuggets in there of butter and sugar, and it's not creamed.
Brilliant,
Lovely.
That is perfect. So we're going to go in with the additions now, and we're going to go with some white chocolate.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I claimed before that all cookies need chocolate, and then I took it back when we made oatmeal. But I really think the white chocolate is perfect in these cookies.
Yeah.
So we have 200 grams of those, but we've also got the macadamia nuts, also known as the macadamia.
Macadamia nuts,
Yeah? You're going to rename the nut as well?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, cool. We'll let everybody know. And we've got it's about 75 grams of these, and they're quite large. So these are macadamia halves, but they're still quite big. So we're actually going to roughly chop them up, but you don't have to do this. So just with a chopping board and a knife, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you do this with.
You could do it in a food processor or put them in a bag and give them a good whack with the rolling pin.
There we go.
So they are nicely chopped. They're still quite chunky. And what you could do further to this to make it even more special is roast them and leave them for like 10 minutes.
Yes.
And just amplify the flavour.
That is a good tip with all nuts, actually. Like, it pulls out so much flavour, doesn't it, when you bake them a little bit. There we go. That's why we invite Dane to these things. Okay, so we'll tip both of these and the chocolate into the mixer.
Yep. And as Sally said with the chocolate, not all cookies have to have chocolate in, but the white chocolate in this kind of just offsets the bitterness from the matcha, because these are quite sweet. Cool.
So we've got 200 grams going straight in. And then we just need to mix those through. Again, just to kind of evenly distribute it around the batter. We're not going to whip this up or beat it. You've probably heard us saying this so much, but it's the most important thing about these cookies is not to over mix. Okay, so just about 30 seconds or so. Is yours done?
It's done.
Fab! So now we're going to go in with the dry ingredients next. So in this bowl, we've got some flour with some raising agent in it, and we'll put the full recipe for this in the description box below. So head on down there. So that's going to go in the mixer, and then we need to add the exciting part, which is the matcha powder. So I'm going to go with a nice rounded tablespoon of this into my mixer, and then I'll pass it to you.
Yep.
Oh. Hang on, no. If I put it there.
And then I'm also going to add 1 teaspoon of salt, and then I'll pass that to you.
Oh, look at this. Okay, so that's going in. And then we're going to mix these again on the lowest speed, and what we're looking for here is like a breadcrumb consistency.
Yeah.
And you're going to do that with the wooden spoon. With a technique to come with it.
Yes, hopefully I've got a big enough bowl.
So if you're working with stand mixer like me, it'll probably take about 45 seconds or something, and you'll have this nice breadcrumb consistency, obviously with the nuts and the chocolate in there as well. How are you doing over there?
Mine is good. So what I've been doing, because I'm doing it by hand in a bowl, I'm just kind of rotating the bowl, and then I'm going around the edge with the wooden spoon just to incorporate it nice and gently.
Lovely.
And it's not going everywhere. But we are ready. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so last ingredient is eggs.
Yes.
And that's what's going to bind these cookies together as usual. So what we're going to do first is break them into a bowl. Can you double egg?
I can't double egg, but let's see you do it. I know you can do it.
Oh no, now the pressure's on. Okay, here we go.
Yes! Nice.
Come on then.
Should I try?
Yeah, try.
Yes! Did it!
I did it!
Okay. My first double egg crack.
And it's live on camera, people. You saw it here first. So have you got a fork?
I have a fork.
Great.
Yes.
So what we're going to do is whisk these up so that they've broken up completely, and then tip them into the mixer. Right, I think it's sufficiently whipped up.
Yeah.
So now we'll tip these in, and we're just going to turn it on again to the lowest speed and bring it all together. Okay, so I'm just putting my mixer on to the lowest speed, and I'm going to stop mixing once it's formed a dough. And if you're using a mixer, your mixer will probably start struggling, and it's at that point you want to stop it. And if you're doing it by hand...
If you're doing it by hand, I just made a little well in the centre, poured my egg in the middle, and then I'm just going around the same technique as I did with incorporating the flour, just around the edge of the bowl, just to mix it in. And then if I feel like it's not really coming together, I'll just get in there with my hands. I've got gloves on, so it'll be nice and easy.
Cool, so mine, I'm winning, by the way, in case you're wondering. Mine is done, so you can see it's formed a lovely sticky dough, which we will ball up in a minute, but we'll just let Dane catch up.
Yes.
And then when your dough is ready, it's time to ball it. So you're going to need some scales. I've got mine under here.
Yep.
You've got yours? You ready?
I have mine. I'm still going. I'm probably about 20 seconds away.
Okay, well, I will clear my space. So as well as a set of scales, you're going to need a Tupperware or a tray or something that you can cling wrap, because the other important thing about these cookies is that you need to freeze them, because what freezing does is it means that when they bake, they're going to stay nice and chubby, and it means that the outside will go nice and crispy and the inside will stay really gooey. So it's really important that you freeze them. We like to do it overnight, but kind of 2 hours minimum.
2 hours minimum, yeah.
But it's worth it, I promise.
Yeah.
So, scales.
Scales are on.
Okay, now I'm going to do mine at 100 gram balls.
Okay, I'm going to do mine a little bit bigger, 125.
Yes.
Yeah.
Classic old school style. So, set your scales on properly.
Oh, 126. I've still got the magic, clearly.
After all this time, he's been at home baking cookies like all the time. We know it. We're always sending him cookie kits. Okay, 101.
Oh,
yes. So once you have got your weight, your preferred weight, we need to ball them. And now we're not rolling these, are we?
No. So all I'm doing is grabbing like a little clump, an estimated clump of 125 grams, and then all I'm doing is just clumping it together like this, just pressing it really lightly. So it's kind of a rough, rugged shape, and then popping it in the box.
Cool, and what that does is that kind of, you know, if you've made these, or if you came to Soho when we were open, you know, the cookies are very kind of chunky and you can tear them apart really easily, and that's achieved by doing this, just very kind of gently squidging them together. They don't look round, but that's exactly how you want them. So you just want to keep going until you've balled all your cookies.
Yeah, and if you're having any troubles with your cookies, Nikki Coyne did a really great Cookie 101 like troubleshooting kind of masterclass on over on Cupcake Jemma's Instagram on the highlights. So if you go under where her profile is, the little round dots, click on that Cookie 101, and she goes through all the kind of troubleshooting options that might happen with your cookies.
Yeah, so if you're kind of rolling them too much, or if your butter's too soft at the beginning, she goes into kind of everything.
Yeah, or if they're a little bit too flat, they're not. Sometimes your cookies don't spread, and I'm like, why? I don't understand. But she's got all the answers on that highlight, so go and watch that.
So if you don't believe us, she's got the proof.
Yes.
Right. Right, done?
Done.
Cool, I have more cookies than you.
Well, mine are a bit bigger, so.
All right. So, like we said, we need to put these in the freezer. Did you just stick your tongue out?
I did.
I saw it out the corner of my eye. Okay, so freezer, overnight if possible. The best thing about these is you can leave them into the freezer for like 3 months.
Yeah, 3 months, so just pop a cookie, a single cookie, whenever you want one in the oven.
Exactly. But don't worry, we have a freezer absolutely packed full of cookie balls here.
Yep.
So let's head straight to the oven and we'll get some in.
Yes. Okay, so we've got our preheated oven at 180 degrees. We've got 2 baking trays in here that are for 2 different sizes of cookies because they're going to take different times to cook. Sally's putting hers on that are a little bit smaller. They'll take about 14 minutes, and my slightly larger ones will take about 16 minutes.
Yeah, but obviously just kind of keep an eye on them, and what you're looking for is a nice sort of slightly golden outside. So we will take them out when they're ready.
Yeah.
Go. So they have come out of the oven, they've cooled down, and we did one of each so that you guys could see just how they look if you do them in the mixer or by hand.
Yeah.
And I think it's safe to say that they both look amazing.
Yeah, they look exactly the same.
They do.
Except yours are a little bit smaller than mine.
All right, I know, I made a mistake. I should have gone bigger. It just means I can eat more. Anyway, shall we break one open?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Go. They look so good.
Nice and gooey in the middle.
Yeah.
Chocolate's still wet.
Oh, and then but that lovely crispy outside. The whole like greenness, you can really see that. You've got that lovely crisp outside edge, and then the perfect amount of goo in the middle.
Yeah, and I love the contrast between the white and the green too. It looks really cool.
Right, ready?
Let's go.
Okay, go.
So good. And it's so warm. This is obviously the best part.
It's like a really subtle matcha flavour.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
And you get the crunch from the nuts and from the obviously the outside of the cookie as well.
Yummy!
We aced it.
Obviously. Of course we aced it. And you guys can definitely bake these at home, but obviously, well, not obviously, but sometimes matcha powder is quite hard to find, as well as macadamia nuts, or maybe you have to buy them in like kilos and you don't really want kilos. So we do have the Matchadamia / Matchadamia, whatever you want to call it, on the Cupcake Jemma website as a kit, and you get everything in it. You get all the macadamias, the white chocolate, the flour mix, which has obviously got the matcha powder in it.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. So you can head over there and get one yourself. In the meantime, we better come up with some more cookie recipes.
Yeah.
Or if you guys have some ideas, then please let us know.
Yeah, definitely comment down below if you want us to create any more exciting cookie flavours.
Unfortunately, I know a lot of you want peanut flavoured cookies. Well, both of us are actually allergic.
So that's a no-no from us.
So sorry, you'll have to find someone else to do peanut cookies for you. But we'll be back soon together, hopefully.
Yes.
You're back now, so sorry you can't go.
I know, I can't, there's no escaping now.
Yes. But yeah, we'll see you guys soon with another recipe.
Yep.
Enjoy making these cookies. Mm-mm.